Saudi Arabia is pumping billions of liters of seawater through giant desert pipelines, but the reason behind it has stunned the entire world. The world knows Saudi Arabia as a country defined by extremes. Over 95% of its landmass is desert, rainfall is scarce, and summer temperatures routinely exceed 45 degrees Celsius. Yet within this arid landscape live over 37 million people, supported by modern cities, agriculture, and heavy industry, made possible by one extraordinary achievement: pumping billions of liters of seawater across vast deserts through a colossal, hidden pipeline network. At first glance, this sounds impossible. Fresh water doesn't exist naturally in significant quantities across most of Saudi Arabia's interior. Rivers are absent, lakes are rare, and groundwater reserves are limited. But where nature withholds, engineering intervenes. Saudi Arabia has built one of the largest water delivery systems on Earth, drawing seawater from the Red Sea and Persian Gulf, converting it into fresh water, and transporting it hundreds, sometimes thousands, of kilometers inland. This invisible river begins at the coast. Offshore intake pipelines, each capable of pulling in over 15 million liters of seawater daily, stretch into the open sea, anchored securely to the seabed. These massive pipes draw in raw seawater, filtering out marine life and debris before powerful pumps push the water toward enormous desalination plants built along the shoreline. Once inside the plant, the water begins a multi-stage purification process. First, large screens and sand filters remove debris and suspended particles. Chemicals are added to bind microscopic contaminants together, causing them to settle and be removed. Cartridge filters then strip out particles invisible to the human eye. What remains is still salt water, but now it's clean enough for the most demanding step of all. Reverse osmosis is the heart of Saudi Arabia's water miracle. High-powered pumps force the seawater through ultra-fine membranes at pressures approaching 60 bar. Under this extreme force, water molecules pass through, while salt and impurities are left behind. To meet drinking standards, the water passes through multiple reverse osmosis stages, each refining it further until it reaches near-perfect purity. Minerals are then reintroduced to improve taste and balance pH levels. Still, producing the water is only half the challenge. Moving it across the desert is an engineering feat on its own. From the desalination plants, fresh water enters a nationwide pipeline system built from high-strength carbon steel, the same class of materials used in oil and gas transport. These pipes are typically 1.8 meters in diameter, with walls nearly 25 millimeters thick, designed to withstand pressure, temperature extremes, and decades of continuous operation. Manufacturing each pipe is a precision process. Flat steel plates are rolled into cylinders, welded along their length, cooled, ground, and beveled for airtight joint connections. Each section, roughly 12 to 18 meters long, is inspected, coated to prevent corrosion, and transported hundreds of kilometers to the installation site. Across the desert, survey teams map exact pipeline routes using GPS and terrain data, avoiding unstable sand and erosion-prone areas. Excavators carve long trenches through sand, gravel, and even solid rock. In mountainous regions, controlled explosions are used to blast channels directly into bedrock. A prepared bedding layer ensures the pipes sit evenly, distributing stress and preventing deformation. Installation is a carefully choreographed operation. Side boom crane tractors lift and lower welded pipe sections into trenches with insane precision. Automated welding systems complete hundreds of joints per day, each inspected using ultrasonic testing to ensure structural integrity. Once coated and inspected, the pipes are buried, compacted, and protected beneath layers of desert soil. This process advances steadily, often over a kilometer per day, until entire regions are connected. Booster pumping stations along the route maintain pressure, pushing fresh water uphill and across vast distances. The result is a steel artery system delivering life to cities, farms, and industries deep inside the desert. But what's the cost of this achievement? Well, it's indeed staggering. Pipeline construction alone can exceed $3 million per kilometer. Desalination plants cost tens of millions of dollars each and consume immense amounts of energy. Producing fresh water in Saudi Arabia can cost around $5 per cubic meter, many times higher than in water-rich nations. Yet without this system, modern life in Saudi Arabia would prove impossible. To the people of that country, what flows beneath the sand is more than water. It's proof that engineering, energy, and determination can overcome even the harshest environments. In a land where rain rarely falls, Saudi Arabia has built its own rivers, made not of stone or earth, but of steel.